LinkedIn. Okay, let's see. All right, we're live on YouTube. I'm not sure what's up with. Okay, LinkedIn is going live as well. Yeah, just a few seconds. This is like a usual technical thing. All right,
It's all
all
good.
right. Hey everyone, we're back with the new episode of Odys Talks. This is actually episode 20.
Wow,
We've been doing this for
congratulations.
20 episodes, not in a row because there have been several weeks without live streams. But yeah, we're live. Sorry for keeping you waiting there, guys. Whoever's watching right now, whoever's still watching, whoever's been waiting and is still there. Yeah, so today I'm joined by Bibi Raven, Bibi the link builder, Bibi Lauri Raven. I don't know, she'll introduce
Yes.
herself in a second, and Craig Campbell. Naturally, this show is hosted by Odys Global, your one-stop shop for age domains, premium names, and websites, as well as several additional services such as fully managed web hosting, topic clusters. We just launched 301 redirects as a service and EEAT audit as well. So you can just find the link to our platform in the description box and go and check everything by yourself. So yeah, Bibi, Craig, welcome to the show. Craig, welcome back to the show. You've been here
Thank
once.
you.
It's also it's awesome, amazing to have you here, and I'm looking forward to a terrific, maybe a bit of a chaotic conversation. I'm actually looking forward to some chaos from you two. So yeah.
Always he causes it.
Either way, guys, why don't you introduce yourselves? Bibi, why don't you go first?
Yeah, it's funny that you say chaos because so in my company we all have nicknames, so we don't have our own names in the Slack, right? So some people are called the specialist Barbie or something like that, and we gave each other these names, and people voted on it. And my nickname is Agent of Chaos because whenever I come into Slack, I fuck everything up. So that's kind of funny. Yeah, so I'm BB Link Builder, aka Agent of Chaos, and I'm in Amsterdam. Hi. Yeah, and I build links. That's about it. Oh, and I'm a failed affiliate site builder. Craig knows all about that, by the
Awesome, awesome. Craig, once
So
again.
way. Good morning.
I'm I will apologise for the accent in advance.
No,
I
I
do
love your accent.
Everyone loves your accent.
I still get what the hell is this guy saying? So I'm from Scotland, so that's where the accent comes from. And I've been doing SEO for 22 years now, under a number of different guises: link building, agency owner, affiliate. I've tried them all. Yeah, got to keep trying. And like BB says, she failed with affiliate, but I'm sure she'll come back and
Yes.
she'll come back and try it again. But we all do different things, and that's what makes it fun.
Awesome. Thank you guys for introducing yourselves. So yeah, it's time for us to kick things off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
We're live. Right. So a lot of things have been going on lately in the industry, in the SEO industry. I mean, last time when we spoke with Craig on Odys Talks, it was like second or third episode, just sometime back in either late May or early June, something like that. Uh, when we started talking about AI in particular, you, Craig, weren't quite like interested, didn't seem quite interested or invested into that thing. And next thing I know, when you went to SERPConf in Bulgaria, you had a Q&A panel related to AI in SEO, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of things are changing, and they're changing quickly. So what made you change your position towards using AI in SEO in particular?
I mean, I wouldn't say I've changed my opinion as such.
Okay.
I'm still very skeptical as to how long the AI content will stick around. So obviously it's SERPConf, and even today I posted a link to a website that we're playing around with and adding AI content, getting some good traction from it. And it's not pure AI content, there is little bits of tweaking here and there. Am I still skeptical that Google's going to come along and slam it? The answer is yes, of course. Did the example I showed at SERPConf show 50% of the traffic reducing as per the last update? Yeah, it did. So I'm very much still on the fence as to. I mean, I love AI content, and I'd love to just push a button, dude, and smash out thousands and thousands of pages, because I would go to ODYS, grab a whole bunch of 8 domains, and shit out content after content after content. It isn't quite as easy as that, sadly. So yeah, I'm still on the fence. I mean, it's great, and tools are becoming better, so I'm sure they will figure it out. But I'm still on the fence, to be honest.
Okay. I see. Bibi, what about you? Are you implementing any of the like up and coming AI tools, or just basic ChatGPT into your work?
Yeah, I use it a lot, but it's only as strong as the person who's holding the tool, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
you have a hammer and you don't know how to use a hammer, you're gonna kill somebody, or you're gonna break your hand. And but a lot of people, per usual, turn off their critical thinking and they go like, "Oh my God, AI's, it's everything. It solves everything." And yeah, and it doesn't. So I think in any case, you have to. It has high intelligence but really low wisdom, so that's still human domain. You have to use your own brain while you're using it. I think it can be very powerful. So I use it for a lot of content ideation, for outreach templates. But it's very, you have to check everything, and you cannot ask AI to write you an email, because then it's going to be based on what's already out there, and that doesn't work
Mm-hmm.
so well in most cases.
Well, this it's a matter of prompt engineering, right? So
Yeah,
a
but
lot of
also
people
judging
are.
the results. So
Oh,
yeah.
of course, yeah. But I mean, like Kevin Mang, who's been also speaking at SEO Estonia. I'm not sure about SERPConf. He's been at uh, what was that conference in Southeast Asia just a few weeks back? The was
I'm
it
really
the
bad. I have no
Philippines?
idea.
There's that
You,
many now, dudes. I don't even
no,
know.
the one you, Craig, had to be at, but you couldn't
Oh,
go.
World of Search
Yeah,
conference. Yeah.
yeah, World of Search. I mean, so Kevin Mang, he is a big proponent of using AI for content and uh, engineering prints and getting what you need out of it. But yeah, either way, so that was quite a cute, nice question for an icebreaker. So yeah, I really don't want us to walk around AI the entire conversation. What I really wanted to talk about, like to take a turn in terms of our of this chat, is that you guys both are SEOs, link builders, affiliate marketers, uh, all of that stuff. But you're also like personal brands, right? Like everyone knows who Craig Campbell is.
Blech.
In
No, no, no. When you say personal brand, it almost sounds like we're influencers. And or whenever I hear the word influencer, I'm just like, oh no.
no, it's not that. I mean, like
No,
it's
but I
like
know what you mean.
it's like a trademark, like a sign of quality, like
Which
things
is
like that.
weird.
Bibi
Which is
the
odd.
link builder is as well. Like everyone knows that Bibi the
Yeah.
link builder is a great link builder, right? So how long did it take you from like doing SEO as a freelancer or as an employee at a company to like actually developing this personal brand of yours? I mean, what was the path, let's say, for each one of you?
Mm,
You can go first if you like.
okay.
Yeah, sure.
Um, yeah, so I'll try to keep it short, but I basically dropped out of university, and then I had all these odd jobs, and then I ended up in on an accounting department of a company, and then they wanted. Then I got into addicted to Facebook, and then I started doing social media marketing for them, and then I got hired by an automotive company doing social media marketing for them, like big trucks like Scania, Volvo, stuff like that.
Mm,
um and then I was really wanting to make my own money, so I googled how to make money online, and I found Spencer Haas, Authority Hackers, Pat
mm.
Flynn, um, and I joined an internship from No Head Digital, and there I had a little mastermind. I know Gareth Simpson from that as well, the link builder. um, and I started on my own affiliate site, and I knew how to get traffic. Greg, you saw that site, but I didn't know how to monetize it. And then the people from them groups asked me to start building links for their sites, which did make money, and I got sucked into becoming a link builder.
Mm.
But yeah, uh, that's the that's the end of it. I think it took about like 5 years or something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
long.
decide. Uh, there are a lot of great SEOs and link builders out there. I mean, a lot of great professionals who are very technical, who are very knowledgeable, but uh, a lot of them, a lot of these guys, like remain somewhere in the background. I mean, they do not have a thing like a personal brand or something like that. They're just doing their thing. They have their outsourcing teams and stuff like
Right.
that, right? They're earning money and keeping their profiles low. uh, so, how did it turn out for you that you became like this personal brand of yours?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
still asking you.
so yeah, so I joined. I was already on Facebook, so I joined groups there, and I was very active in those groups because I had
Okay.
no life, right? And I think that yeah, that's how I kind of built up the network. And yeah, it's just I'm very extrovert, so I think that stands out as well for SEOs because they're usually kind of introverted. But one
Okay.
thing I really strategically did was that I would look at speaker conferences and just start adding all those people that were speaking at conferences
Hmm.
on LinkedIn and on Facebook as well. So at some point, people saw that I had connections with their friends, and then they accepted me too. That was kind of strategic, but the rest just came sort of natural. And I guess I'm some kind of attention whore because, yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah, cool. Craig, what about you?
So I done the whole freelance thing. Obviously, it was early 2000s, so
Yeah.
being this public facing thing wasn't really a thing. I then went on to run an agency for 10 years. Now, the reason that I decided that I wanted people to remember who I was is I hired a sales guy, and the guy lasted about a year, and he wanted to go away and do his own thing, as people do. And so I'm phoning up the clients. So this guy has left. He's away doing his own thing, and I phone up clients, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" I'm like, "I'm the owner of the company," and they're like, "Nah, that other guy's the owner of the company." And I'm like, nah, it's me. Like, he was just the, account manager, the face of it, because I wanted to hide in the background. And at that point, I thought, Craig, you're in a really fucking difficult position. No one knows who you are. And someone that had followed. So again, we all go through this agency doing client stuff, and someone I followed extensively for years at the time was Matthew Woodward, who was doing the whole affiliate thing and living the dream, traveling the world, doing his thing. And I was like, fuck, I want to be like Matthew Woodward. Fuck this agency stuff, because clients sucked at the time. I had 10 years of fighting with clients and, people leaving me and starting up their own thing. And you're just like, what the fuck will I do? And, Matthew was the guy, the inspiration behind what I wanted to do, and I kind of followed that and tried it out. And here, here you are. You're like, fuck, I'm gonna try this speaking thing. I'm not a professional speaker. I'm not trained in any way in terms of speaking. You just blag it, try and figure your way out in the door. And the rest is history. So yeah, that's the kind of long and short of my story.
Yeah, I think we're both basically 100% ourselves. I think that makes a difference, and we're not afraid to, have flaws, or
Mhm.
I'm not super focused on being professional or slick, or look at my website, it totally sucks. but uh, but I think
You're just being an agent of chaos.
yeah, and I think authenticity just comes across really well nowadays. So
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. People really definitely appreciate other people being
yeah.
authentic and real, natural. I'd say. Uh, so one thing is that is also I think that also stands out in your cases is that like you're not just going out there and like telling stuff that sounds good, but the things that you haven't done yourselves, right? So you're actually like talking about the things that you've applied in your work even before it's become business, right? uh so the natural question here is, what are some of the most common mistakes businesses make when it comes to SEO, and how they can avoid them, especially when it comes to like building your mm, I don't know, agency, company, personal brand within the industry, let's say. Whoever wants to go first on
Oh,
that. Baby?
Black Cat, do you mean like SEO companies themselves? The biggest mistake they're
Yeah,
making
yeah,
when they're branding themselves? Um, so I can only speak from my own perspective. I
of
think
course.
if you're over promising a lot, and
Mhm,
you say, and you don't ask somebody questions, and you presume that you know everything about somebody's business and their goals and stuff, I think that's a mistake. So I think a lot of SEO companies, they don't listen to any lead or any customer they have. Of course, in the end, you're the expert, so you should make the decisions on what to do. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. I think people are too fast in promising a lot and already coming with some kind of solution instead of listening first. So being
mhm.
attentive is kind of well, being inattentive is kind of one of the mistakes they make.
Okay, okay. Craig, what do you say?
I think a lot of SEO companies that I see, on top of what Bibi said, I think the expectation level, the KPIs that are
Mhm,
delivered or offered to the customer are somewhat really stupid in a lot of cases. We all know, from an SEO perspective, that the job is labor intensive at the start. You have to do more work up front on a project. More content, more links, more everything, you technical and everything else. Um, but that's not often relayed to the customer. People go in there with shitty £500, quotes. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Now we know the page is, needs another couple of hundred pages to target, the full topic and all the clusters surrounding it. So undervaluing yourself as an SEO is something I see. Not having the bollocks to say, guys, you've got a new project here, Mr. Client. You need £5,000 worth of content off the bat before we even do any link building. You're not going to see traffic for about 2 years if you pay £500 a month, because I would have to save your £500 a month up for 10 months without doing a single other thing to even pay for the content that you need. So people not charging enough is the biggest thing,
mhm,
and then sitting there on countless meetings, arguing back and forth, fluffing up your reports, talking a lot of fucking bullshit is what people are doing, and it's doing yourself a disservice, it's doing the client a disservice, and that is it. It all comes down to not enough investment, and that's because you, the agency, are not don't have the balls to charge the right price to do the job
mhm.
properly. So, Bibi is not known as the most cheap link builder. There's someone out there who will tell you No, but there's someone who'll sell you £50 links,
Yeah,
50
yeah,
bucks links. It's not the same as doing outreach and getting quality. So you have to pay for that quality. So that's a kind of compliment, Bibi, not a hitting you with a
I
hammer.
know. Yeah,
So, and I think, where people like yourself excel is you're bypassing the crap because of your price. You're
right.
only dealing with people who are prepared to invest in their business properly. And then it's on you at that point to deliver quality. But, I think bypassing the junk is what you have to do. And a lot of agencies take on. How many of us out there, ask yourself the question, how many of us have underpriced a project and you're basically, you just can't deliver. End of story. So we've all been there, we've all done it, and I think we're Bibi, with the pricing model, she can afford to do the job properly. She can afford to do outreach, and she can afford to deliver quality. And some people go, oh, but so and so sells it for $50. Well, go fucking buy it for $50 then, if that's what you
Yeah.
think. So that's how I see the agency model. In a lot of cases, there's some great agencies who do charge appropriate money and do great jobs, by the way. Just with the failures that I see, it's all based around price.
Hmm. Okay, but how do you find like a perfect synergy between like charging what you think is just, what you think is relevant as a I don't know, as a solopreneur or like individual professional or an agency, whatever, and like keeping the prospective client happy in terms of the price you're offering. So, I mean, I understand that there has to be like a match between quality and price and things like that, but clients are basically always looking for opportunities to cut their costs, even when they're looking for high quality products. So, how do you find this perfect synergy in such cases?
I don't get those clients, so
Oh.
I don't close those clients. So I lose them basically on the pricing.
Okay,
Um, and
that's
it's
fair.
okay. It's okay. I'm not panicking about that or something. So I don't know how that's. Yeah, it's just like Craig says. If the clients that really that are so focused on cutting the costs, all power to them. That's their decision, what they feel comfortable with. But I don't get those.
Hmm.
I do sometimes turn people away that come through the email and then they say, oh, I'm this is my last try to get to make this site work or something, and I really want to give my all and put all this money in. Maybe I can pay it in terms or whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? Think about it and come back later. Or if you have time, just do it yourself. That's, by the way, always the best option, to do it yourself. But anyway, and those people, they do it and they're happy. They're somebody has to feel 100% comfortable with it. If somebody comes to me, they don't like my pricing, then that's already really negative starting point for working together.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's I do it by not doing it, basically.
Okay, Craig, anything to comment?
I think that, what BB said there, just to reiterate, that, it pays to say no to certain
Yeah.
clients. I don't have time to sit there and drain myself talking shit to someone who doesn't believe in their own business model. And if you're not prepared to back it financially, do you want me to back it financially? It's one of those ones. If you believe in your business, then cough up the money or fuck off, and be on that pile of losers who make little to no money online. There's a barrier to entry, and people enter this space thinking that they can just crush websites that are 10 years old, who've done 10 years worth of SEO. Sadly, that barrier to entry is getting higher and higher and higher all of the time. And money talks. So saying no to those type of clients for me would be the best advice I could ever give you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always think about my parents because they used to do theater productions, and sometimes as a charity they would do free theater productions. So like for organizations or theater companies that didn't have a lot of money, and those were always the worst jobs they ever did because those people complained the most. So they at
Yeah.
some point they stopped doing any charity work because it was just not you know
Mhm.
worth
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll wanted to follow up on what you, Craig, were saying. Um, like, yeah, it's all logical. It all makes sense. But considering all of that, what would you, how, how do you think, what would you advise to those SEOs, affiliate marketers, builders, whoever, uh, from within the industry, or like beginner agencies or companies that have like that have already reached a certain level of I don't know, reputation and trust, but like still not not enough for, like, let's say, hypothetical clients to just go on and say, okay, yeah, just whatever's the price, just do your thing. No, do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Um, I mean, there's never going to be a client that's just going to go, "Hey, BB, you've got the best reputation in the world. Just do what you fucking want and charge me what you want." There's always going to be resistance. There's got to be fear on both parties, and that's where negotiation and client education comes into play. You know, you've got to explain to the client, dude, this is how long this takes. This is how we approach it. This is why this is this price, because so and so's got to do outreach in Baby's example, and you know, there's someone sitting there doing a lot of work. Pitch box costs money, whatever. You know, there's a whole process there that the clients don't really see or understand. A lot of people think it's this push button, boom. You know, Baby's got some magic bullets up her sleeve. That's not the case. So sometimes client education, without giving them too much, because it's not a training course either. But educating the client as to why, and then negotiating. Now, you're not always going to get what, and I'm just using Bibi as an example. Bibi's not always going to get what she wants from a client. Of course, there's going to be negotiation, but what we want is for Bibi to get is, there's always going to, you have to meet in the middle sometimes. But from there, once Bibi provide results for that budget, you would fully expect the client to say, well, what happens if I give you double the budget, Bibi? Can I get double the so there's always got to be a starting point. And sometimes that starting point with a client is not where you particularly want it to be, but there's easier keywords to go after. There's some traffic you can get just to show them that the process works, and then get the buy-in. And sometimes you have to go down that route. And I think if you're transparent with someone saying, dude, well, we can't go after the main keywords because your budget's not good enough, but for X, we can go in and try this, and focus on that. I think that's more achievable. So there's always got to be, you can't just say pay up or shut up to a client, certainly not the way you can do it, regardless of who you are. Clients do have budgets, and you have to try and work your best to do that if you want that money, because it does work both ways. The client will just say to you, go fuck yourself, and give the money to the next guy. So there has to be come and go. You can't just be arrogant and say pay up and shut up. It just can't work like that.
Yeah, you have to be transparent. That's really important. So if you from the first moment that the first interaction with the client or with the lead, that's also why I have a service page where everything is explained. I send a list of questions, so everything hopefully is as clear from the start as possible. And then that usually works well. Just being very transparent so they know what to expect. And even then you can still fuck up. I've had projects where I fucked up, and then you're transparent about that as well. So just transparency through the whole process is really important.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing all of that. There are a couple of questions. There was
Cool.
just one. There was just one question. Now there are a couple of questions and a few cute comments. All right, we'll start with the questions.
What about the cute comments?
What is it?
What cute comment? I want to hear a cute comment.
Cute comments. Okay. So Daniel S is saying, agree with Bibi. SEO should be tailored to client needs and business model. You can't put a template to all business. I mean, you can, but it will not work. This is the first cute comment. Then a few others are Ashesh Creative Studio saying Craig Campbell, a respected fellow in SEO, and Paul Alves, I hope I pronounced it correctly, says, haha, Craig Campbell in person, true to himself. Nice to see.
Well, look, he's somewhere sunny. He's not doing that's really cool, right,
Yeah,
Craig?
by the way, Craig, where are you? I
Portugal.
mean, oh, Portugal, nice.
Oh,
Good for you, good for you. Running away from cold Scotland.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's head to the questions.
yeah.
So the first question is by Alex Nicholas. How do you guys build your tiered links to guest posts? Yeah, so that's the question.
That's for Craig, because I don't do tiered guest posting. I'm really simple. I don't understand all that shit. So
I mean, the, it's really simple. Just niche edits to the guest posts are the most cost-effective way of doing it. Again, niche edits sometimes can be uh, tricky to remain in the index. So if they are tricky, depending on where that niche edit's placed, then you can also power that up with like a money robot or a blast with one of those automated tools just for indexation reasons. But niche edits to power up the guest post is the simple, most cost-effective way of doing tiered links. Just bear in mind whose guest post it is you're doing that to, though, because in the past, such and such, I'm not going to name names, but someone's given me a guest post. I blasted the shit out of it, and they've not been very happy because basically, I'm blasting the shit out of their website, and they weren't too happy. So just be careful on what you're doing that to as well. But yeah, niche edits are cheap, cost effective, powerful, and that would be as simple as it really is.
cool.
Okay.
I even
Okay, cool.
understood that.
Cool, thank you. All right, Alex, hopefully this answers your question. And Edward Lepore, I also hope I pronounced it correctly, is asking, when you start out, would it be better to build an agency for cash flow or just focus on affiliate?
Both, I would say. I mean, I regret so much not that I didn't continue doing the affiliate side stuff. So I'm getting back into it now because it's nice to not be dependent only on client work and to have something of your own as well. But I've started it again now, and it's really difficult. It's so much more work than I thought it would be. So I would do both. You just reserve some time. You can do 80% one thing and then reserve 20% of your time for the other thing. I don't know what you think, Craig.
No, no, no. I'm going to say the opposite of what you think.
Really?
As much as people would expect me to say just go down the affiliate route, that's not the case.
Oh,
Unfortunately, you know, people look at me and go, "Oh, affiliate, he does well and tells clients to fuck off and all this kind of stuff." I wasn't fortunate enough to start out like that. I had to get the cash flow doing client work and running an agency. I wasn't born, into a rich family where, someone laid down a whole bunch of money on on my lap and said, "Go do what you like." If you do have money, then by all means go down the affiliate route. Why do the client thing? However, I needed the cash flow. I had to obviously learn what I was doing as well. And obviously doing that, running an agency gave me a wealth of experience, dealing with different uh, content writers and everything else. So, whilst I was building cash flow, I was also learning the best things to implement on the websites. And what a lot of people don't realize, I'm 22 years in this game. I've only really been doing this whole speaking thing for probably the last 6 years. I've only really been doing affiliate for the last 7 or 8 years. So I spent a long time honing my skills, having to build cash flow, having to do all the rotten stuff now, which is why I can be vocal saying, "Fuck you, clients." I've somehow escaped that. But the reality of that is, you need cash flow to invest. Going into something like, let's say you go into affiliate and you want to start, and you want to buy an age domain. That costs you money. You're talking
Right.
£70,000 there alone, before you implement your content strategy, before you buy any links. For me, the entry level is probably 10K, and by the time you get, a nice domain name, some content, some links, and even at that, don't you still need more? And so, the cash flow is really important. So if your way of doing that is selling links or whatever the hell it is you do, you have to do it that way and get the cash flow, because again, investing in your own digital assets, that comes when you've got money. You don't necessarily have to do the work. So then you can do both. You can still have the cash flow coming in through the agency, but using that money, you can start to invest in your own digital assets. So that is effectively what I had to do. And I think, most people will probably be in a similar boat. They weren't born into a super rich billionaire family where money is no object. So that is why I would do the client thing first.
Cool. So I don't feel now. I don't feel so bad about about dropping affiliate sites, and then I do really want to get back into it. I'm
Follow the
slowly
money.
stuff. Huh?
Maybe the thing is, people say what's better, affiliate or this. If you've got a stress-free, easy life and you've got your team and everything's working, you're making decent money, happy
That's
days.
true too.
Continue with that model.
Yeah.
Why would you want, to? I mean, even when I own an affiliate website, I've got to fight with a developer. I've got to fight with
Right.
staff. Someone fucks up the content. Google slaps it around a little bit. We're still facing the same problems. But if you can, just make money your way, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go down the affiliate route.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to talk you out of it. It's obviously looking
No,
to
no,
when
no.
it works.
But you said something really good, and that's because I've been for that. I think that last year or something, I've been really trying to have this work routine where I only work like 3 hours a day or something, or four. It doesn't always work, but and like I lock myself out of social. I try to do these healthy habits every day, hanging out with friends, and that's worth so much. So that is really important to have a life as stress free as possible
Yeah.
and not worry too much about money. That's good too.
Oh.
It's more like a
Well,
therapy session now. From
well, one thing you can say for sure about not doing affiliate stuff is that you will not have to worry about Google updates.
True.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll not have to stress out to stress over it.
yeah. Well, Pinterest is where I really want to put a lot of time in.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Well, why Pinterest in particular?
Well, that was I got with my first site, and only site by the way. Now I have more, but I used to get a lot of traffic from Pinterest. And the nice thing about it was that it just kept on going. It was like a wheel that you
Hmm.
turned on, and then the post that was getting the traction just kept on being repinned and shared and all that stuff.
Oh, nice.
So
So
once
you
that's
just
going, yeah,
like you got most of your traffic to your website from Pinterest.
I think it was half half. So back then
Half
it
half.
was like 40,000 from Pinterest.
Oh.
And that was just by using the Content Explorer of Ahrefs, where you can kind of reverse engineer, which a lot of people don't notice, but in the Content Explorer, you can filter on Pinterest shares. So you can see what around a specific topic is getting the most Pinterest shares. And then you can base your article and the pin image on that, to make something similar.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I
Wow.
want to try that.
That's cute. That's nice.
Yeah,
Gamer DJ is asking, what do you mean by niche edits, Craig?
even
Need
I
to
do
be
that.
careful, need to be careful how I word this. But a niche edit is normally a link being placed on a website that
Yeah,
it's not a guest post where you dictate the article. It's normally a link placed on an aged article, if you like. So yeah, you've got Serpzilla is a platform that allows you to do that. Um, yeah, so it's an edit on an aged article is the best way to describe it.
Can
Mhm.
you give some tips for niche edits? Because that's probably something that they would like to, I think.
I mean, you can go out there and you can go to Serpzilla. You can basically find good quality, relevant articles that are out there based on your niche. So it's the same as link building. You
Right.
want links from websites that are powerful, authoritative, relevant, and everything else. So the same rules apply. Mix up your anchor text, but niche edits. If you go to the likes of Serpzilla, a niche edit costs you $1 for a DR50, DR60. So I'm not going to say
$1.
anything else on what $1. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
let me. I'm gonna go to this set. I'm gonna apply
so
it right away.
$1. You can pick now if you want something on the homepage of a website, it's going to cost you more money. Now that it's done in a rental basis, so if your link does get removed for any reason, you stop paying for it. So it would normally charge you monthly for
Oh,
that link. So certainly through Serpzilla, that's the case. Now, a lot of vendors, so a little secret here, sorry, all link builders, but a lot of vendors out there will sell a niche edit for 35, $40 per one link. And you can get them for $1. So the
what?
margin on them, yeah, is frightening.
I'm in
So
the wrong niche of the link building. I should be doing that. I make so much money.
so um, Serpzilla is a marketplace for that, and it used to be previously called SAPE. And if anyone does know their niche edits, that SAPE is still there. Serpzilla is the friendlier name now, but yeah, that's the marketplace to go to.
Do you remember Mozilla Firefox?
Of
Yeah,
course, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Why?
no, I just thought about it
I
because you
just
said
name
Mozilla. Yeah.
the Zilla part.
Because I used to like the logo of Firefox. The
Yeah,
little. I'm
yeah, it
I'm
was nice.
48 by the way, so I remember all
Oh,
that stuff.
you don't look the part.
Asian. But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. A lot of great stuff. A lot of valuable things, golden nuggets for some people out there. But I would like us to head on to the live blueprint thing.
Cool.
I asked you to take a look at this domain. I'm gonna share it on my screen in a second. Englandmemories.com. It's available on the in the Odys marketplace.
I'm opening it up
uh,
as well. Or are
yeah,
you sharing your screen? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I did look at the
So
domain, but I didn't look at the metrics.
okay, so it's in the sports industry, 8 years old domain in English language, DR9, 137 referring domains, and 7 authority links, including orange.com, kiwix.org, popvlog.com, and a couple more. What else
Wait, is this an
should I
expired
highlight?
domain, or is it?
What is it?
It's expired, or is it still like?
It's aged, it's indexed. It has 4 indexed pages. So previously it hosted a site that had a nostalgic look back at the England national football team, with particular emphasis on the 1960s to the 2000s. Yeah, so this is the domain.
Hey, James Dooley. Oh wait,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
something
Well,
else.
can I
uh,
can I interject for 1 second, Vlad?
Yeah.
what is it?
So on the domains here, the referring domains, you've totally missed out the fucking BBC.
Oh
Uh,
well, it wasn't me, but I'll let the team know.
got a really good link on there that you can
Oh
book.
man, BBC. I mean, really? Wow. All right. Okay. So the question is, just a second. I'll just yeah.
Yeah.
So the question is, what? How would you use it? What would you build on it? How would you monetize it? and everything in between. So spill the beans, guys.
Well, I'm not an expert on monetization. So I don't know. I'll let Craig jump in there, but I can, while he's talking, I can maybe think of something as well.
Yeah. So englandmemories.com, obviously it previously was based around the football history, the 1966 World Cup, which as a Scotsman pains me to even say those words coming from my mouth. I don't know who fucking picked this website, and it's even funnier that James Dooley's fucking face is on there as well. Anyway, but the reality is, and I'll tell you a funny story about that actually. I'll tell you the funny story first.
Sure.
So we were at a mastermind, me and James Dooley, back in 2018, and I think it was a World Cup that was on. And I am the only Scotsman in a pub. It was in London, in a pub full of English guys, and England had scored. And Dooley gets all excited as he does, and he pours a fucking pint right over my head. I'm like, you motherfucker. So anyway, Sweden. They were playing Sweden, and Sweden scored, and it's safe to say that Dooley got a pint poured right over his fucking head. So that's my memories of England. But obviously the English football team historically obviously won the World Cup. A lot of people search for it. People like the history, the team, looking at all the information that's out there. Now, for me, if I was buying that domain name, I would be making an informational website with videos, blogs, articles, history. What happened to the goalposts after that game. England at Wembley Stadium have a museum full of stuff on that particular period of time. So people do search a lot for that historical football stuff. And I would be monetizing that, with a Zoic or something like that, ads on the website. Now, on top of that, could you further monetize it? Is ads the only way to monetize a website like that? The answer is no. You could also potentially sell football kits and various other bits and bobs on there as well. So you could have affiliate on there as well as the ads, but ads on an informational website like that would work very, very well. Now, when it comes to remuneration or how much money do you make, you're probably on average, once you've got the website going, you're going to make about $30 per 1,000 paid views. Now, if you get that website to 100,000 or 1 million page views, now I'm pretty sure England football memories and everything, there's probably millions of search for it. Now, I've not done that research, but let's say you stupidly can only get 100,000 hits. It equates to $3,000 a month. So, is it unrealistic to expect $3,000 a month for a football enthusiast to post information on there? Of course you can. And that would just be through ads. Now, as I say, you could sell England football kit on a massive scale. You could even add gambling affiliates to it because it's sport related. So there's so many different angles that you can create using a project like that, and you can have multiple affiliates on there. It doesn't just have to be the England football kit. It could be whatever you want, gambling. There could be other things on there. So football boots is probably a big niche, where you could just sell different types of football boots. So there's so much that you could do with that, and that's where my head would be going at with that. And I'll tell you one last little story. It was an ODYS domain name, and I'm not going to say what the domain name is because it's not fair to James Dooley to do that.
He's not here to defend himself. So.
Dooley, me, and Gary Wilson were going to do a project together, and Alex at ODYS is like, I'll give you a domain name. Like go pick a domain name. And, he threw a few domain names about, and And the other two were like, nah, fuck this domain, fuck this domain, fuck this domain. That's shit, garbage, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, somehow it didn't quite work out, but Dooley got the domain name that he said was shit because I had talked him into it. And that domain name now ranks really, really well and is a gambling affiliate website. That's all I'm going to say. And that was the domain name that he was going, it's going to be shit. Now, me and Gary Wilson eventually never got involved in it. Just we got busy with other things. But Dooley went and doubled down on it. And to my knowledge, it is working very, very well. So, and that's I'm not saying it's similar to England Memories, but it is, it was more of an informational website.
Gambling,
So, very, very similar method there. And I think England Memories could go down that route. But yeah.
So the gambling affiliate was actually the first thing I thought about. But would you also broaden the site? I know it's very football focused, but would you maybe broaden into other historical topics as well for England and see if you can make money there? Or would it become too wide?
No, so, Bibi, here's the thing, right? With an age domain, you don't necessarily have to do what was previously on there. So you could have shit like England Memories against, fighting against Scotland back in the historical days where we had, Scotland kind of built a wall and tried to keep them out. There's so many different things. So you could have just a section on football, a section on various other things. It doesn't have to necessarily be football related. But obviously, what I would say, based on the backlink profile, is there's a lot of sports related backlinks there. So the kind of topical, what Google thinks that topic on that domain is kind of sports related. But I think you could branch out into other areas, but I think that would be a longer term play. I still think because of his history, you would have to start out with the football.
Yeah, and then maybe go into other sports slowly.
Yeah.
But maybe if you hit your first 5K or something, then you can start investing in other shoulder niches.
Cool.
I have nothing
Nice.
to add, by the way. I have no idea what else you could add there. I think the ads and affiliate commission and the clothing and all that stuff and gambling. Gambling is probably the best one.
Where the money's at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but isn't gambling like a highly competitive thing?
So yes, but if you're getting traffic for sports related stuff, those people are likely to be interested in gambling. Most sports football fans.
Oh yeah. I just realized I confused the gambling niche.
Yeah. So you're not competing
gambling
for
affiliate.
online casino or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice thing because you can go into all these long tail historic keywords that people are looking for.
Yeah, nice. Cool. We usually, like, everyone who follows Odys Talks knows that we usually have just one domain discussed, but I had a special request from Bibi to do a little more. So I have two more surprise domains. Guys, do you still have some time?
Yeah, and I can comment on how I would do the link building, not necessarily like
sure. I mean,
money with the site, because like I said, I'm really bad with it.
Okay, so an important thing to know is that neither Craig nor Bibi know what those domains are that I've selected for that. So that's gonna be. I hope this goes chaotic. All right, let's go. So unifizz.com. Fizz with it with
I'm so happy
PH.
it's not kitty dildos or something.
Oh, it's not. All right, so it's a domain in the tech niche industry. It's a 21-year-old domain in English language. DR24, 417 referring domains and 5 authority links, including TechSpot, prweb.com, freelists.org, linkcenter.com, and hwupgrade.it. Previously, it hosted the site that showcased software products for Windows. So that's in a nutshell. So yeah, guys, what do you think? How would you? How do you see using it? like building links and stuff. Uh, yeah, whatever comes to your mind. Let's go.
Yeah. So as far as building links, it also depends on what your goal is. So where your monetization lies, but it could go two ways. So it says Univis, so maybe you could do some university related stuff as well with it, and that could be a cool way to do outreach because you may look like something that's connected to universities and students, right? So it can help you when you do your outreach. So I would maybe create some informational pages, maybe statistics or tools that students can use, and then do outreach for that to universities or students, well, education related websites. That's the first thing I think about because I saw uni, and it also has to
Hmm.
do with software. Um, yeah, but it's not about monetization, just about uh, the links. So I would find
Hmm.
that little angle
Just
where it,
juicing it up.
yeah, and then make the site look like it's really uh, a solid education oriented site or something, or at least a part of it look like that, and then maybe have some real professors on there or students for EAT. That you have
Hmm.
kind of like a board page or something, and it looks very legit. And pay those people, of course, to be kind of like experts or contributors to the site.
Hmm.
That's the angle I would do for link building.
Okay, Greg.
So I was just having a look at the Wayback Machine there
Oh yeah, I love the Wayback Machine.
to
I
see
donated.
what was on there. Obviously, historically, the website's not changed from like 2004 right through to 2013. But obviously, it had a lot of downloads and various different applications and stuff on there. Um, would is that such a big thing in this day and age? Of course, it is and it's not. For me, when I look at that domain name, it's a good domain name. It's been up, for a long time. There's been content on there. However, my concern would be, I think I would have to go broader on this. Obviously, it's got tech related links. Some form of online education platform or something like that could work very, very well.
Hmm.
It previously was um, software related, but obviously that tech's tech. It doesn't necessarily have to. You don't have to go out there and find other software. Could you go out there and sell AI software and stuff like that on top of it? Of course, you could. AI, SaaS, everything else out there. But I think this one you could really do a wide range of different things with, just because it's tech related. You could really
Hmm.
go down so many different rabbit holes. But based on the domain Unifizz, um, uni obviously relates to me, to some kind of education. The fizz,
Yeah, the fizz part is kind of like
that could mean so many different things in so many different countries. Um, but, but it's one of those domain names that I think is very easy to stick in the memory. If you had something on there, a blog or some kind of educational content, it's one of those ones that's really brandable and easy to remember. So, but yeah, I think you could. For me, as an SEO, I would probably go down the education and selling SaaS products on it. If again, it was my choice.
Hmm. Okay. Nice. Thank you. And the last domain for today is villaverdi.info. So
hmm,
it's a 3-year old domain in the entertainment art industry. It's in Italian, DR29, 297 referring domains, 7 authority links, including La Stampa.it, independent.co.uk, classicalmusic.com, vanityfair.it, theguardian.com, and a couple more. So previously it hosted the site that provided information about Giuseppe Verdi's acquisition of the Sant'Agata estate and the transformation of Villa Verdi into his residence and a museum showcasing his life and work. Yeah. So this is the domain. Quite a curious one. So
Whoa, I
what do you
what do
think
I
about
think
that one?
about that one? So it's in Italian. It has
Italian entertainment art industry niche.
Italian links, right?
Well, not just Italian. There are like The Guardian. There's uh, classicalmusic.com,
Yeah.
independent.co.uk. So not just Italian, but but the domain, the site that was previously hosted on the website was in Italian. Yeah.
I don't know about Craig, but I would probably swing it to some sort of travel site because it does have that little exotic feel to it. And then yes, it can still have the stuff about Verdi, but yeah, at the same time, maybe traveling to Italy is really maybe small or something. So I would try to make it more global. And for link building for travel sites, well, guest post outreach you can always do. But yeah, I would try to come up with some linkable assets. I can't think of anything on the spot though. But maybe something with around food with maps or
Hmm.
Michelin stars are always people are always obsessed with Michelin stars. So anything I've done it for another client as well, and that's there was a page and it was around a specific Michelin chef, and it got like I think like 30,000 that article right in traffic and a lot of links as well. So travel and Michelin, some combination with that. Look at Craig's face, not looking very happy. What do
Eh,
you think?
He's processing.
What do you think, Craig? It's a hard one, right?
Yeah.
It's a hard one for me, by the way. But I don't know if it's easy for you.
I mean, it's difficult. You know, when I'm doing my research, and obviously we're caught on the hop here, villaverde.it is a fucking hospital in Italy. Um,
Oh,
you know,
really? Oh, that's
so
a good tip, though. See what else is already around the same. Yeah.
there are restaurants called Villa Verde, and restaurant reviews. So, but to me, just as a outsider looking in, Villa Verde to me would be villas, holiday villas, that type of thing.
Right.
That's just what I would automatically assume or expect to see on that domain name. So would I try and go down that kind of villa route? I think for me, when people see a domain name and it says villa on it, and you were going to try and promote something other than villas, I'm not saying tourists or whatever, but certainly a private hospital, I wouldn't expect to be called Villa Verde unless that's the
Yeah.
name of a location, which is what I was trying to find out. Because if Villa Verde was an actual location, like a town, then I would have everything about that town. But for me, it would probably definitely be a touristy, um, with things to do, and maybe some other stuff in there. The fact that it's probably got Italian history is a bonus, because I think so many people expect to just compete in the UK and the US markets. I think trying to rank well in Italy is a hell of a lot easier than it is in the UK and the US. So I would try to retain the Italian element to it as well. So it probably for me, I would go down the kind of Italian villas to stay in, and maybe I would
Mhm.
also probably have hotels, restaurants, and tourist type things on there. But that's what I would potentially use it for.
Yeah.
So lead generation site.
Yeah.
I did
Hmm.
see one other option. So Verdi also means green in Italian. So you could it's gonna be a hard one, but you could do something with sustainable like those sustainable mini houses or something like that
Hmm.
or something sustainable in the houses. So that could be
Hmm.
one other way to do it. But like Craig said, the most obvious association that everybody makes is with
Um,
renting something.
yeah, retreats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I'm
awesome.
hungry because I want pasta.
All right, guys. There's one more question in the chat
Oh, cool.
by Alex Nicholas once again.
Hi,
Follow
Alex.
up to my my tiered question. Do you go exact match with the niche edits?
So you can be a lot more aggressive with your niche edits. You know, yeah, you can go exact match. You can be very, very aggressive with niche edits because I'm not directly pointing to your website. So yes, would be the answer to that.
All right, Alex. I hope this answers your question. It was quite straightforward. Yeah, I think it's time for us to wrap up.
Oh, I have one question
BB.
for you. Sorry.
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So I don't know much about buying domains and stuff. But
Okay,
when a person buys a domain from you, do you follow up after what they've done with
of
the
course,
domain? And
of
do they
course.
often change the whole angle of it, or do they usually stick to what's already
Well,
there
it actually depends on their business and the way they want to use the domain.
Okay.
Some people like take the domain name and just build like brands out of it. Like we've had this. Who was it? I think it was Jamie Irwin, guy from the UK. He's got an agency. I don't remember the name of the agency, but
Right.
like he got a domain from us, and he named the agency after the domain,
Oh, that's
because yeah,
cool.
because I mean the domain name was cool and it sounded great for his agency. So like he built a brand out of it, right? Uh, while other people just if they have affiliate businesses, right, they use it for that, and they may twist niches around like Craig offered with England Memories today, right? Not just about football, but like going into different directions. Some people get domains from us and do like straightforward 301 redirects to their like live websites that
Right.
they already have. One of the stories that I've mentioned several times in this in our live stream is that we've had a domain nwlawyer.com, and I think the last time it was I think it was the last time that it was sold through us, because initially we sold it. It was a domain in our inventory. Then this guy that got it from us sold it through us, and then the next uh, the, the next guy who owned it sold it through us again.
Oh,
So yeah, and so each time it was a bit more pricier, because
right.
each every, every guy want each of the guys wanted to sell it for a profit. So yeah, so the last time it was sold through us, the person that got it was like a representative of some huge lawyer in New York City. uh they just paid for it with the business
Oh,
owner's credit card. What was that?
What the
I'm
fuck?
watching a video. It's him. It's someone sitting next to me. So prior to coming on here, I had a guy crack my neck, but we were just watching the video of it. He
Oh.
comes and
Oh,
cracks my
sorry.
neck.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I think.
All right. So what I was saying, it was sold for something like 40K or something like that, and
Wow.
so the buyer just redirected the domain name that they got for 40K dollars, just redirected it to their website. So
Wait. So you're saying NW lawyer is
.com.
redirected to the person that's actually bought it?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna check who that is.
Go
Cool.
on, sure. So yeah, so I hope this answers your question, BB.
Yeah.
So it pretty much depends on whatever the buyer wants to do
Right.
with the domain, and yeah, we do follow up with our buyers, with our members, and we have a team that helps them out with like finding getting the topic clusters, because we have a separate service for that, or help them with 301 redirects, which we all do as well, uh, and like a number of other things.
Cool. I'm gonna sniff around then.
Sure. All right, BB, Craig, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun with you guys. Hope you did too.
Yeah. Totally. It was nice seeing Greg
Awesome.
again. So.
Yeah, and you guys, both of you, are going to be at Chiang Mai
Yeah.
SEO conference, right? Both of you are
Yes.
going to speak
Yes.
there. So Whoever's watching, if you're gonna be there at CMSEO, make sure to come by Bibi, Craig, or the Odys Global booth and say hi. And yeah, you can check the England Memories domain in the description box. There's a link to it. If you still don't have the access to the Odys Marketplace, there's another link in the description box. So just click it and go and request access to it. Uh, Make sure to be here next time, as I'm going to be joined by Greg Elfrink of Empire Flippers
Awesome.
and Charles Float.
Charles.
So
Okay.
that's gonna be another fun discussion, another fun conversation.
Yes.
And yeah, follow us on social media. And if you have like any ideas or questions that you would like to be asked by me during the live stream, not looked for in the YouTube chat, just go ahead and comment, leave that in the comment section wherever you follow us on social media. Baby Craig, would you like to say something before we wrap things up?
I'll just say, so anyone who's too lazy to go to the link below to go to ODYS, odys.cc, guys, is the place to go and to sign up. So,
Okay.
I don't have anything to add. I'm good. I have a really great day. And oh yes, I have one thing to add. Don't sit behind your computer too long. Every 25 minutes, take a 5-minute moving break because it's really important. Because people are sitting too long behind a computer.
I'm trying to get
That's
out there
true.
and lie down.
Yeah,
Holding
I
us
know
up.
you want to go. I know you want to go. I'll shut up now. So you I'm
All
not
right.
jealous. I'm not jealous at all, Chris. What do you mean? Come
Not
on.
at all. Not at all. All right. Thanks everyone for watching, for listening.